Everyone tells you that buying a house is the key to building wealth, and they've got the stats to back it up. They'll tell you the median net worth of a homeowner is around $430,000, while the average renter has just over $10,000. That's a staggering 43 times difference. But here's what they don't tell you. That statistic hides a very dangerous truth. For a huge number of Americans, buying a house is a financial trap that could cost them absolutely everything. Imagine this. You just closed on your dream home. You've drained your savings for the down payment, but you're on top of the world. Then, 6 months later, the air conditioner dies. That's an $8,000 bill out of nowhere. 2 months after that, a surprise medical issue pops up. Suddenly, you're drowning in debt, a prisoner in your own home, and that whole American dream feels like a total nightmare. In this video, we're going to expose the critical red flags that scream, "You're not ready," so you can avoid that exact disaster. The pressure to buy a house is immense. It's woven into our culture as the ultimate sign of success. We're told that renting is just throwing money away. But making one wrong move in real estate, one poorly timed decision, can set you back financially for a decade or more. It can obliterate your savings, chain you to a city you want to leave, and fill every single day with crippling financial stress. The problem is, most people are asking the wrong question. They ask, is now a good time to buy? Obsessing over interest rates and market headlines. But the real question, the one that truly matters, is, am I ready to buy? The answer isn't in a news article. It's in your personal bank account and your life plans. So today, we're not talking about timing the market. We're going through a personal readiness checklist. These are the 7 critical red flags that tell you to wait, and I promise, understanding them will save you from a mistake that could cost you everything. The financial red flags. Let's start with the hard numbers. Your heart might be ready for a home, but your bank account always gets the final say. Red flag number 1. Your debt-to-income ratio is dangerously high. This is, without a doubt, the single most important number in your home buying journey, and most people don't even know what theirs is. Your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, is the percentage of your gross monthly income, that's before taxes, that goes toward paying all your monthly debts. This includes your future mortgage payment, property taxes, and insurance, plus existing debts like car payments, student loans, and credit card minimums. Now, lenders and government guidelines often say you can get a mortgage with a DTI as high as 43%, sometimes even up to 50%. This is a trap. Let me be perfectly clear. Just because a bank will lend you the money does not mean you can afford the loan. A bank's risk calculation is not your life plan. Here's the brutal math. The median U.S. household income is around $87,000 to $88,000. Let's just say your household makes $87,000 a year. That's $7,250 a month before taxes. If you have a $500 car payment and $300 in student loans, your existing debt is $800. Now, let's add a mortgage. For a median-priced home of around $435,000, with current rates hovering around 6.5% to 7%, your total housing payment with taxes and insurance could easily be $3,200 a month or more. Add it all up, $3,200 for the house plus $800 in other debts is $4,000 a month. Divide that by your $7,250 gross income, and your DTI is 55%. That is a financial disaster waiting to happen. The ideal DTI that allows you to breathe, save, and handle emergencies is 36% or less. If you're pushing past 43%, you are officially entering the house poor danger zone. Red flag number 2, the down payment and closing costs will wipe out your savings. You've been saving for years. You finally hit that 10% or maybe even 20% down payment goal. It feels like you've crossed the finish line. But if that check you write at closing drains your savings account to zero, you are making a catastrophic mistake. The moment you become a homeowner, you become the chief of maintenance. The water heater that bursts, the roof that leaks, the dishwasher that floods the kitchen, it's all on you. That's why you absolutely need a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses after you pay your down payment and all your closing costs. Closing costs alone can be a shock, typically running 2% to 5% of the purchase price for a buyer. On a $435,000 home, that's another $8,700 to nearly $22,000 you need in cash on top of your down payment. If paying those costs leaves you with no buffer for a job loss or a major repair, you are one unlucky day away from financial ruin. Don't buy the house. Keep renting, rebuild your savings, and approach homeownership from a position of strength, not desperation. Okay, so let's say your finances are looking sharp. Your DTI is low, you have a healthy emergency fund, you're not out of the woods yet. The personal red flags are just as critical. Red flag number 3, you plan on moving within 5 years. This is one of the most overlooked yet incredibly costly mistakes. Buying a house is not a short-term investment. Why? In a word, transaction costs. When you sell a house, you're on the hook for a ton of fees. All told, it can cost you up to 8% or more of your home's value just to sell it. Let's do the math. You buy that $435,000 house. In 3 years, it's appreciated nicely to, say, $475,000. You think you've made a quick $40,000, but when you go to sell, 8% of that $475,000 sale price is $38,000. That fee just wiped out almost your entire equity gain. You went through all the stress and expense of buying and owning for 3 years just to basically break even or even lose money. The 5-year rule is a general guideline. It gives your home enough time to hopefully appreciate in value to a point where it can cover the hefty costs of selling and still leave you with a profit. If you aren't sure you'll be in the same job, the same city, or even the same life stage in 5 years, you should wait. If this is already making you rethink everything you thought you knew about home buying, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. My goal here is to give you the honest, unfiltered financial advice you won't get anywhere else. Now for the red flags that hide in plain sight, the ones people tend to brush off until it's way too late. Red flag number 4, your income is unstable or you're new to your career. There's a reason lenders want to see a stable 2-year employment history, and it's a rule you should apply to yourself. If you just started a new job, launched a freelance business, or you work in an industry with high turnover, you haven't proven that your income is reliable for the long haul. A mortgage is a 15 or 30-year commitment. You are signing up for one of the biggest bills of your life every single month for decades. You need absolute confidence that your income can handle that payment, not just in a good month, but every single month, year after year. If your income is all over the place, or you don't have a solid 2-year track record in your field, you are taking a massive gamble. Give it time. Prove the income stream is stable first, then take on the mortgage. Red flag number 5, you've only budgeted for the mortgage payment. When you look at a mortgage calculator online, it shows you the principal and interest. That number is a lie. Or, at least, it's only a fraction of the truth. The real cost of homeownership is so much more. You have to think in terms of PITI plus M. P principal, I interest, T taxes, I insurance, and M maintenance. Property taxes and homeowners insurance can add hundreds, sometimes thousands, to your monthly payment. But the real budget killer, the one that blindsides new homeowners, is maintenance. A good rule of thumb is to budget 1% to 2% of your home's value every single year for maintenance and repairs. On that $435,000 house, that's $4,350 to $8,700 a year, or about $360 to over $725 a month that you need to be setting aside. For older homes, that figure can be even higher. This isn't for fun upgrades. This is for when the 15-year-old furnace gives out in the middle of winter, $5,000. For when the roof starts leaking, $10,000. For when tree roots crack the main sewer line, $15,000 or more. If you haven't budgeted for this, your home will own you. Red flag number 6, you're buying because of FOMO, fear of missing out. Buy now or be priced out forever. Marry the house, date the rate. You hear these phrases everywhere. The fear that if you don't buy right now, rates will skyrocket and you'll never get your chance is a powerful and deeply dangerous motivator. Making the biggest financial decision of your life based on fear is a recipe for disaster. Rushing into a purchase before you're truly ready, before your DTI is low, your savings are high, and your life is stable, will cause far more damage than waiting another year or two, even if rates go up a point. You can always refinance a mortgage if rates drop later. You cannot refinance a life that's been wrecked by a premature home purchase. Your personal readiness trumps market timing every single time. Red flag number 7. You're not actually excited about the ownership part. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Do you enjoy spending your Saturdays wandering the aisles of Home Depot? Does the thought of diagnosing a weird grinding sound from the garbage disposal fill you with a sense of purpose? Or do you secretly love the freedom to just call a landlord when something breaks? Homeownership is a part-time job that you don't get paid for. It requires real work. Weekends become about mowing the lawn, cleaning the gutters, fixing the fence, and 1,000 other little tasks. If you're not genuinely excited about having projects, about customizing a space and taking on that responsibility, then you might just be in love with the idea of homeownership, not the reality of it. And that's perfectly okay. Renting provides immense flexibility and freedom, which might be far more valuable to you at this stage of your life than building equity. So when should the average American buy a house? The answer is simple, but it isn't easy. You buy a house when your financial life is stable and secure. You buy when your debt-to-income ratio is comfortably below 36%. You buy when you have a full down payment plus a 3 to 6 month emergency fund that you don't have to touch. You buy when you are absolutely certain you want to live in one place for at least the next 5 years. And you buy when you are emotionally and mentally prepared for the responsibilities, not just the rewards. Notice I haven't said a single thing about what the market is doing. It's not about timing the market. It's about your personal timeline. Building wealth through real estate is a marathon, not a sprint. The people who win are the ones who start the race fully prepared, not the ones who just try to start the fastest. Don't let pressure or FOMO push you into a decision that could ruin your financial future. Run the numbers, be honest with yourself, and wait until you see green flags across the board. That's how you turn the American dream into a reality, not a nightmare. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and let me know in the comments which red flag surprised you the most. I'll see you in the next one.